Hey all, and this is the Unwelcome return event. I will be sharing some teams I am using and then discussing strategies for this event. This is Immortal Killer. I like to call this event the April Fool's event. You can also call this event the Car Crash event or the Train Wreck event. This, I would argue, is the worst Slayer event I have ever played since I have started the game. I will explain why this event is so bad as I test out my decks. I've made 3 decks for this event. This is the first one. This uses part of the event deck. Now, I managed to get this card from tier 1 of the vault, believe it or not. Unfortunately, I went up to tier 4 and did not get anything else good. But that was a pretty good result. This creates Power Gem 2s. Not overly good. This is the main hero. This creates Power Gem 1s. Again, not really that good. Previous ultimate form. Another previous ultimate form. And another previous ultimate form. So there we go. 3 ultimate forms and 2 event heroes. That is not my preferred deck though. This is the main one I am using. The Glorious Golems deck. I've used this deck for quite a few events. It is a very good event deck. Even though it's dark, it's still more powerful than my water team. Mainly because of the supercharge buff. 2500% damage bonus. I'm sure you've all seen this deck before. Double power gems when supercharged. Now the final deck is a bit of an experimental deck. This uses 4 fire cards and 1 dark card. The idea behind this one is, as these are all Immortal Killer cards, the dark card boosts them all up, as it boosts up all Immortal Killer cards. It's a rather strange deck, but it is pretty much the most effective out of all the decks. As you can see, it increases Immortal Killer attack by 2500%, so you could use this card with the event deck if you have gone for the event deck. So let's have a look at the actual event. I'm going to explain why the event is so bad. Firstly, the main thing that's annoying me is the lack of my own solo bosses. I have been playing this event for around 2 hours today, and so far I have not seen a single one of my own solo bosses for 2 hours of play. And if you have a look at the health on all these bosses, I went straight to Prestige 5, and now most of the bosses are completely impossible to kill. The HP on that is 20 quadrillion, and, well, it's already had over half the health taken off of it. So the basic strategy for this event, for me anyway, is to just tag and rally any emerald quality bosses, ideally eternal world bosses, and just don't bother hitting them, as I can't do enough damage to make it worth hitting. As you can see here, that's a rallied boss. 3.4 quadrillion. And that boss at the bottom. I'm going to have a go at this one. No, I'm not. It's just about to die. I know, let's kill a few guild bosses. At least these are actually manageable. So these should be easily killable in 2 turns with the water deck. And then just use all the cards to spawn as many power gems as possible. Nice, easy, straightforward deck. Not especially effective, but it's okay for smaller bosses. Another boss that just disappeared instantly. Another boss. I'm going to try my dark team on this one. The chances of actually finding my own solo boss are extremely unlikely. This does more than my water team, but it takes a lot longer to get the damage. You need 3 turns and the boss might be dead by then, unfortunately. Oh no. There we go, I got the supercharged buff up. This is doing reasonable damage. So about 1.5 trillion. That's not even enough to get 5% on the boss though. So, yeah. It's just not worth me hitting anything, unfortunately. See what comes up. Or something like that, for example. 575 trillion health. I have basically no chance whatsoever of getting any percent on it. So there's literally no point in me hitting it. I might as well just tag it and try and rally it to someone. And that's basically what's happened with this event. So if you're not at Prestige 5 yet, it's only really worth going to the higher prestiges if you have a powerful deck. Ideally, the event deck. The main strategy is to rally eternal world bosses, though ideally the ones that are called Corellium, previously labelled as Emerald bosses. As you just saw, I gained 2 ranks, and all I've got from this boss, participation and rally, leave the boss for those who can actually hit. I've got up to rank 10 just from doing that. I'm going to have a go at this boss here. It's been up for a while. I'll show you how I use this deck here. You may have also noticed I've not even got my solo bosses maxed yet. It's very, very difficult when none of my own solo bosses are appearing. Now this is quite a slow deck. Takes around 5 turns to get anything going. So on turn 4, use this and get rid of all the dark gems, ideally. Then that boosts up these 4 cards with the supercharged buff, and then I can just do an attack like that. It's doing okay damage, around 4 or 5 trillion, but compared to these ridiculous HP bosses, it's just basically tickling them. It's not really doing damage. They repeat the process. If I keep on hitting the boss, eventually I might get 5% with this deck. It's probably going to take multiple attacks though, so I'm basically wasting my time and just showing the deck here. Again, 4 to 5 trillion. It's not a lot of damage. Get rid of all the dark gems again. Now the fire cards are ready. So this is the most powerful out of all the decks. It's also the slowest. You can do this if you have the event team. You can use this card with the event deck to boost up the damage. I'm not doing enough damage to really be able to do much to the boss though. I mean, if you look at the health on it, it's just not going down. So the best thing I can do with this boss is to rally it on to others and hope they can do some actual damage to it. There's only 3 players on this boss. I'm going to rally it to friends. I want to save my guild for the eternal world bosses. The emerald ones, or you call them Corellium, whatever you want to call them. Let's see what appears. Again, look, none of my own bosses are appearing. So how am I supposed to level up the bosses? Oh, wait a sec. Level 184 Stellar Rabbit now. Yeah. I'm going to have a go at this. So much health on the boss though. I think I'm going to go in with my dark deck. Let's see if I can actually do any damage whatsoever to this boss from the full 20 seconds. Right, well, here we go. That gets rid of weaken. That's one of the only benefits, I would say. It's not as powerful as my fire mix, but it's a lot faster, so overall I'd say it's probably better. It's my preferred deck for the event anyway. Not that any of my decks are of any use whatsoever now, but still. As you can see, I'm just doing meaninglessly small amounts of damage to the boss. Hopefully I'll chip off maybe 5%, you never know. Then I can rally it on to someone who can actually hit. This is the first of my own solo bosses I've actually found today. Just gives an idea of how bad this event actually is. And it's basically impossible to kill anyway. We will see if I even got close to 5% on this boss. Eight seconds left. I've chipped off a little bit of health. The other problem is if I was going to get MVP on this boss, it's going to eat up most of my solo keys. Solo keys seem a lot harder to get this event. I have chipped off a little bit though. It's taken a long time, but I have done it. Getting MVP on this boss, though, is going to be very difficult. I have 2 seconds left. I've maybe done around 2% to the boss. I'll have a look after I've finished the 20 seconds. There we go, I'm out of time. Let's see how much damage I actually did to the boss. So I managed to get 5% on the boss. It took a long time though. However, that's about double the rally trophies. So maybe if I hit it again, I'll get 10% and I can rally it out to friends. Hopefully they'll be able to finish it off. Now my final complaint about this event. Oh, I actually found another of my own bosses. I could probably kill that. I'll have another go at that a bit later. I'll tag this one. There's no point in me hitting that. I'll never get 5% on it. So this is my final complaint about this event, the collection. So I played for most of yesterday. As you can see, 11th in Emperors. And, well, look at this collection. I'm up to there. I'm nowhere near completing the collection. So yeah, this event is a total joke. Definitely give them a 1 star for enjoyment. Hopefully they will make changes for the next event, but this is absolute garbage. And definitely deserves the rating of 1. Not at all enjoyable. Rubbish event. Go back to how it was before, please. Okay, so I think that about covers this event. I suppose I better keep grinding. Yeah, I can't stand this event. It's boring. It's just tag rally. That's all I'm doing for most of the bosses, so yeah. Anyway, I hope you found that somewhat interesting. Feel free to leave your thoughts about this event in the comments section of the video. Also, if you do have any suggestions for other Legendary Game of Heroes videos, feel free to let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching.